We learned about the myths around no-code in our previous lesson. They were: no-code can't build complex applications. No-code platforms are not secure. No-code platforms are only for citizen developers. No-code platforms are not scalable. No-code platforms hamper collaboration. Today, we'll be diving a little deeper into the sea of no-code and learn more about no-code platforms. Let's start then.
Hey guys, welcome to the No Code Crash Course powered by WEM APAC. In our previous lessons, we have talked about what is no code, the history and evolution of no code that dates back to the 1980s, surprisingly, and the myths surrounding no code. There are a lot of myths that surround no code, but we have cleared them all. So if you're watching a video from the No Code Crash Course for the first time, I would suggest you to go back to the first lesson of No Code Crash Course and start from there. So welcome to the fourth lesson of No Code Crash Course. In this lesson, we would be talking about no code platforms, what they are, what they do, how they do it, and then I would be walking you through the WEM platform, the WEM No Code Platform indeed. Let's start. So what are no code development platforms? We've talked about no code and we know that it is a way of developing and building applications without needing to write a single line of code. And who is it for? You already know the answer. It is for everyone. So whether you're a programmer, an IT developer, or just a business employee, anyone can build applications using a no-code development platform. So the question arises, what are no-code development platforms? No-code development platforms are tools that enable no-code development. These tools are cloud-based and they provide an environment to build applications without needing to write a single line of code. How do they do it? So they have these drag and drop capabilities where you can build flowcharts, drag and drop elements, and build applications. So what do you need to build an application on a no-code development platform? You just need to know the basics, like the logic behind it, the flow of the application, and what all you need the application to do. That's it. That's all that you need to know to build an application on the no-code platform. Let's say you want to build an e-commerce website or an e-commerce application. So you would want a home page, a products page, maybe a cart page wherein user can see what all products that they have put in their cart, a profile page. Now we know all these pages that we needed. How do we want to put them in the application? What would be the flow? How would the application look like when the user first lands on the website? How would the user navigate to the website? These basic things are all that you need to know to build an application on a no-code platform like WEM. So, what are these drag and drop capabilities? There are flowcharts. Almost all the no-code development platforms operate through flowcharts. By flowcharts, we mean we define how the application would flow, how the user would navigate, and all these. Now, there's one term that's very common that you would hear in the same sentence as no-code platforms very often, which is visual development. What does that mean? In a no-code platform like WEM, you can actually preview the application that you are building. You can actually see it, whether you have just started it, whether you are at the end of it or right in the middle. You can actually see what you have built. You can interact with it to see how it performs. Is there something that you left, you skipped to add? So that's why we call it visual development. That is, that you can see the development in real time on a platform like WEM, of course. Another thing, since there's no coding involved, and you are just dragging and dropping elements on a canvas to build an application. So it's a graphical user interface. The platform itself is a graphical user interface which is enabling you to build an application, dragging and dropping these elements, building flowcharts. That is why it is called visual development. Now I would like to take you to the WEM No Code platform so that you can see how these no code platforms actually look like. What are these flowcharts that we talked about? What are the other features and how to drag and drop them? I have my laptop with me here, so let's go.
Here we go. So this is the start page of the WEM modeler, or as we know it, the WEM No Code Platform. As you can see, there are a number of links present on this page. There is go to WEM, the WEM community forum, wherein you can ask questions about any of the doubts or issues that you have about the WEM no code platform. There's news wherein you can access latest news articles, latest updates about the WEM no code platform. Therefore, reference, you have been given some links that you can refer to. There are tips and tricks and some introductory videos, and of course, the WEM Essentials online training, which is essential for you to start building an application on the WEM no code platform. The WEM no code platform is absolutely free. Anybody can come up here and start building applications, start exploring the platform. Right. So when we have to start building an application, we click on new project. So I would just click on new project and I would enter the project name as no code crash course, and I would select web, and you can even select app or a web portal which has its own database, but we are starting from scratch now to show you how you can actually build applications on a no code platform and what best example to explain from uh, other than the WEM no code platform, of course. So I would click on next, then it asks me for the language. I will keep it English as it is, and the time zone, of course, it would take my time zone as it says from client IP address, or we can select a different time zone as well. So I would keep it as it is and click next. Then it asks for the hosting zone and the live zone. So we'll select Asia Pacific. Here you can even select Europe, and we click on next. So these are the ready-made design templates that the WEM provides you with, that you can select from. There are a number of templates present here in the WEM platform, but these do not limit you to building an application. If you do not like any of these templates, if you have something different in your mind, you can always customize a template according to what you like. So I would just select this one, the black and gray one, and select create project. So when I click on create project, this screen opens up, and this is where we are inside the WEM no code platform. As you can see, there are some basic details present on this page. There is a staging link, there's live link which says not published yet. So basically there are three stages in the WEM no code platform. One where we are now, where we are building it, we're previewing it. Then there is one staging link, which is basically a public link, and anybody on the internet can access that link. If they have that link, they can access the application from that link. And the third one is live, where the application actually goes live. So and there is last modified on, gives you all the list of modifications done on the application, created by, created on, number of database lists, number of flowcharts, and flowchart notes. So this is where our learning starts. As far as WEM's no-code platform is concerned, the whole application development has been condensed into two very important segments of the WEM no-code platform, and I would rather say any no-code development, which is flowcharts and data models or database lists. So these 7 tabs that you see here are all that you need to build an application on the WEM no-code platform. I would be taking you through each of these tabs and what they mean and what they do, and what is their contribution in an application development. Again, I would not be going into very detail about each of these tabs because we have individual videos present on our channel WEM APAC to take you through all these tabs and actually explain it to you how to build an application. I'm not teaching you how to build an application, but we are here learning about the no-code platforms. What are no-code platforms and how do they perform? What are the capabilities? When we say drag and drop, what is that we are dragging and dropping onto the screen? So let's go. This is the first tab is flowcharts. Flowcharts are basically, as the name suggests, they determine the flow of the application. And this is where we start building applications. A home flowchart is already present by default. I would click on it and a canvas opens, a blank canvas opens. As you can see, this start circle, that the circle symbol that we can see is called the start node in the WEM No Code platform. It represents the start of the application. So as I mentioned earlier, when building an application with a no-code platform, you only need to know the basics of the application, the flow of it. So when I say you need to know the flow of it, what I mean is you should know that how would the home page look like, what all buttons, what all things would be present on the home page. When I click on each of those buttons, where would they lead them to, and then on those pages, what would be the action buttons, what all information will be present, and then when I click the buttons on another page, where would they lead me to. So the flow of the application, how the user would navigate through the application, is what you need to know. Of course, and that you obviously know because you are building an application. Nobody else other than you know how you want it to be. So let's say these are all the nodes present here. These are all the options, features that help you build an application in the no-code platform like WEM. So you just have to select, drag, and drop a node here. The node that I've just dropped is called an interaction node. I would just name it as homepage. So what are interaction nodes in the WEM's language? They are they determine how you interact with the page. So I would just call it home page, and that's it. And I connect the start of the application to the first page of the application, which is the home page. This is how simple it is. There are a number of options present here. If you look at it, end of flowchart, save database changes. This is called import data, export data. This is invoke web service. All the different options present here. If you take up the Web Essentials training, you will know what all options mean and how you can build an application using them. So these are flowcharts. As far as no code platform is concerned, flowcharts help actually build application. So there is no coding. You can just keep on connecting flowcharts, keep on connecting dots of your application, and voila, the application is ready. The next tab is called data model, wherein actually you manage all the database lists of your application, all the forms that you would be putting in your application, or all the information, all the data that you need in your application is managed in this tab, which is called the data model tab or the database lists tab. The next tab is the web services tab. As you can see, there are SAML OAuth written here, authentication already present by default. So this is the tab wherein you manage your integrations. The SOAP and REST are present by default in the WEM platform, but any API can be integrated with the WEM platform. And as we call it here at WEM APAC, that integration is a key capability. Yes, it is indeed, because it is extremely easy, simple to integrate external third-party APIs into the WEM application. And the flowcharts that we're creating for the application, a similar flowchart can be created for your APIs. So this is where you manage them all. The next tab is called the Ontology tab or the Concepts and Concept Queries tab, which is basically the opposite of our Data Model tab. So the Data Model has all the database lists that are dynamic in nature. But the ontology tab consists of all such lists, of all such data, which is static in nature. So when I say static, what I mean is that these data are specific to the application. These can be application properties or any other data that you want in the application, which would not change, which becomes a part of the application. We enter them from here. So this is where you manage them. You click on the three dot menu. As you can see, you create a child concept and go forward. Now, the next, you click on the three dot menu, click on create child, new child concept, and create a concept and go on maintaining and managing and creating this database list. So that is our ontology tab. The next app is our navigation tab. Navigation tab has four options. As you can see already, there's main menu, user menu, footer menu, and invisible menu. So this is where you can create menus, you can manage menus of your application. Of course, there's one menu on the top. The top also is divided into two parts, the right hand side and the left hand side. There's a footer menu which comes in the footer or either on the left side panel, and then there's invisible menu, which means that it is a menu that you do not want your users to see, to interact with. So this is where you manage your menus of the application. The next part is the library. They have all the widget libraries, template fragments, which concerns your application UI part, files, hyperlinks, all of the information that you need regarding this while building your application. The help that you need is already present here, which is called the library tab. Then the last among these is the language tab. So any application that we create with the WEM No Code platform is multilingual in nature already. But if you want it to be in other languages, you can actually make your application in any language you like using this tab. So you can search for the application, configure it, search for the language, configure it, and done. So this is how you can build an application in the no code platform. As you just saw, there is absolutely no coding required. Now there's one more feature that I would like you to see. So when I click on this interaction node, when I double click on it, this is how it looks like. This is the canvas. This is where I can actually build my page. So let's say I give the title to this home page as no code crash course. As you can see, just like a Microsoft Word document, there are a number of options present here: save, button, image, tables, panels, forms. You can just drag this form button here and you can start creating a form, start creating fields. Just like you can you can drag and drop this button here and put a button onto the screen. So it is how easy it is to build an application. Now, as you can see, there are two preview buttons present here. One preview button is this, which is specific to this flowchart only, and there's another preview button on the top, which is for the whole application. So when we say visual development, when we say that you can actually see the changes that you do on the WEM No Code platform in real time, this is what we mean. When you click on this preview button, this kind of homepage opens, preview.wem.io, when actually you can see. So this is the title that I just gave to this page. This is the template that I had chosen, this blue and dark color one, and this is how it looks like. Or of course we have not built anything yet, so it is just plain this thing, but this is your collapsible menu here. Everything, this is what this is just one interaction node. We called it no code crash course, as you can see here, and this is what it looks like. So this is what visual development is. This is what we say. I would suggest you to log on to the wemapac.com and click on the explore the platform button present right below this banner. Click on it and go exploring the WEM modeler, the WEM no code platform. It is absolutely free. There is an starter course which we call is WEM Essentials Training, which is again absolutely free. You take up that course of the WEM platform, the WEM developer course, and you start building applications. You start exploring it as you go forward. I can assure you this is plain magic that happens here. It is so exciting, so easy, and when you start doing it, you will know, and we are pretty sure that you would not go back to coding. If you're a developer or you are just some a curious person, so literally anyone can build applications on the WEM no code platform.
Now, now that we have looked through the WEM no code platforms and we know what are flowcharts, how the integrations are done, what are widgets, how can we preview our development in real time, and that's pretty much how no code platforms operate. And it's when we say that it is as easy as Lego blocks, building Lego blocks, we mean it. It is like that. So now we know what is no code, we know the myths and how they're not correct, we know the history of no code, and now we know what are no code platforms and how a no code platform looks like. So that's it for this module. The next lesson in a no-code crash course is the application of no-code platforms, wherein a WEM expert will be talking about how you can actually apply no-code into business applications, whether it is any industry, be it banking, insurance, finance, in automotive, manufacturing, you name an industry and you can have the no-code applications built for any of the business processes. So we will be talking about applications of the no-code platform in the next in our next lesson. That will be out in another 7 days. So stay tuned with us, guys. Keep watching our videos and don't forget to subscribe to WEM APAC channel. Thank you.